Now, there's nothing worse than feeling bloated, filled up with fluid. You look down, you say, wow, my stomach looks enormous. You can't put on your clothes. When you sit down, you feel like you're squished in. You're going out on a date, you're going to work, you just don't feel good about yourself. And we could definitely make lots of progress slimming your stomach and your tummy down within 24 hours. Simple physiology, biochemistry, something that's safe, non-invasive, there's no side effects. Just making a few changes, you will be shocked. And there's no doubt that exercise is one of the best ways to reduce water weight. And this will help reduce that excessive water weight that's sitting outside the cells in your tummy. And what goes along with that is water, hydration. You cannot exercise and sweat if you don't hydrate. It's so vitally important that you're getting that water into the cells of your body. But here's the big kicker that many of us do not understand. If you're distended, potentially from sodium that you're taking in from your refined and processed foods, your canned foods, your frozen foods. I know many of you don't add salt to your diet, but it's hidden. And many of us retain that salt so it absorbs water. It's going to retain more water weight within your tummy. But I want you to know how important water is when you're retaining that water weight. Water acts as a diuretic. And many of you think that I'm already distended. If I put more water in my body, I'm going to get more distended. No, that's going to turn on the kidneys. It's going to start getting rid of the excess sodium that you're holding on to because the water is going to wash it away. It's so important that when you are distended, when you are bloated, the more water you drink, the quicker you're going to lose that water weight and the trimmer your tummy is going to look. And females, we know about that time of the month, premenstrual syndrome. That's when you start retaining lots of water. But if you start adding a magnesium supplement or supplementing with more magnesium foods, that will help play an integrative role with the other electrolytes such as sodium and potassium. And this will help control your body's water balance, which will take away lots of that bloating. And here's one of my favorite tricks. If you have that tea sitting around in your cabinet at home, you have your dandelion root, dandelion tea, or your hibiscus. They both work as powerful diuretics. And they will help detoxify and cleanse your system, which actually helps you feel better, you'll feel lighter, and you'll get rid of that excessive bloating so that tummy can slim down real quick. And you may be saying, well, I don't need that much sodium. I'm really strict in my diet. But what about those carbs? You see, when you store carbs, for every gram you bring in that's stored in the muscle and liver, you're going to bring in 3 to 4 grams of water along with it. Now imagine, if you just start cutting your carbs within that 24-hour period, that excessive water, that glycogen, along with a little walking and exercise, is going to trim you down real fast. It's going to get rid of that excessive fluid. You're going to feel lighter. The tummy is going to get thinner and trimmer, and you're going to feel so much better. And if you're a coffee drinker, you're lucky in this situation because coffee contains caffeine. Caffeine works as a diuretic. Diuretic gets rid of excess fluid. So you may want to bump up a few cups of coffee during that 24-hour period, and you'll see great results. And I want you to know who is sodium's best friend. His name is potassium, or her name is potassium. You see, what happens is when sodium levels go high, potassium levels go low. And when potassium levels go high, sodium levels go low. And the majority of distension and problems that we find is excessive sodium. Remember, it's hidden in so many of our foods, our processed refined foods, our cereals, etc. So, start adding more potassium-rich foods, your apricots, your potatoes, your bananas, your avocados, and your body will notice this real quick. When you start bumping up that potassium, that sodium level, that distension, that water weight is going to say bye-bye. And therefore, you're going to see that tummy start to suck back in real quick. And many of you like taking baths. And if you take an Epsom salt bath, but adding 2 cups of magnesium-rich Epsom salt will definitely help deflate your belly more effectively by pulling that excessive water and toxins out of your body. And I love getting up first thing in the morning and having a glass of water with a nice squeeze of lemon in it. That citric acid is cleansing for the liver as well as the lymphatic system. And if you really want to get serious and cut that excessive water weight real quick, if you just drink lemon and water the whole day, you'll see magic. And there's a couple things that many of us won't think about. For example, if you're eating too fast, you're swallowing air. If you're using a straw, you may be sucking up and putting more air into your abdominal area, as well as chewing gum. And try to spread your meals out. Nothing too big, nothing too heavy for your system to where you'll have a hard time digesting it. And make sure you're avoiding those carbonated beverages. There's no doubt that those bubbles temporarily will inflate your stomach, as it makes a breeding ground for bloating. And also be aware of those artificial sweeteners, because that will definitely bloat you and give you much more gas. And many beans, including soybeans, contain oligosaccharides. These are non-digestible sugar molecules that the body can't break down entirely. And this can ferment in your intestines, causing significant gas and bloating. So I challenge you that when you want to get rid of that excess water weight, you want to look good, you want to feel better, you want to have less distension, you want your clothes to fit better, you have to go to a meeting, you have to go out on a date, even if it's a girlfriend, your wife, your husband, just get rid of that excessive water weight. You're going to feel so much better, not only on the outside, but on the inside. Put these few little tips together, and I promise you, you'll see great results. I hope this video serves you well. Please share it with your friends and family, and most important, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell.